All right, welcome everyone. I'm Ryan Burris, the Chief Communications Officer for Capistrano Unified School District. I want to welcome everyone here tonight and also online. Thank you for being with us. We have several of these coming up this school year, and we will be live streaming and recording them and sending them out to families to make it convenient for everyone. We wanted to start the school year. Dr. Greg Merwin, who will be speaking shortly, and I were discussing how we started the workshops this year. And really, we wanted to just give a tutorial to parents about how to access all of the resources and tools that we offer parents and students. Go through that to really empower our parents to work with us in the education of CUSD students. And so that is what we are here tonight to do. The agenda is an introduction to the school district. We will discuss our capital commitments and how the different resources and tools fit into each of those: academics, experiences, and being future ready. Where do parents get help and information? Future parent workshop calendar, so you can mark your calendars for those coming up the rest of the school year, questions and answers, and then a brief survey so we can get your feedback. Capistrano Unified has 64 schools, 40,000 students, 4,200 employees. We are serving a district over 200 square miles, over 2 million square feet of building space. And I always like to put that in there because the state does not provide funding for the maintenance and operations of the school district. So facilities and maintenance and operations are things that we have to use our general fund for, and we get that question a lot. We serve the cities of Aliso Viejo, Dana Point, Laguna Niguel, Mission Viejo, Rancho Santa Margarita, San Clemente, San Juan Capistrano, and unincorporated areas of Ladera Ranch and Rancho Mission Viejo. And with that, I will now turn it over to Dr. Greg Merwin to discuss our commitment to academics.
All right, thank you very much, Ryan, and welcome everyone. Thank you for being here both in person and online. And so as Ryan said, we have three basic kind of core commitments that we believe in here in Capistrano Unified, and we focus all of our efforts on those things. And so as Ryan said, academics, first and foremost, experiences for our students, and then being future ready. So we'll start first, of course, with academics. And the way we describe this for our community is that we have a commitment to a world-class education. So what does that mean? It means that we want every one of our students to adapt and excel so that they are prepared for a rapidly changing world. I think we would all agree that it is constantly changing, and we want them to be ready for anything. So what does that look like then? We call it the vision of a CUSD graduate. We want every one of our students in CUSD to develop these 5 attributes so that when they start in preschool and move all the way through the system, elementary, middle to high school, we want them to graduate with these 5 attributes: continuous learner, engaged citizen, inspired leader, innovative problem solver, and skilled communicator. Those 5 attributes are strong skills so that students can be successful in whatever they want to do. And we literally start in preschool. Our preschool teachers have lessons developed to start for students to start exploring and building those skills. And it starts there in preschool all the way through high school. So we have another way to describe this vision of a CUSD graduate, and if you're in the room with us right now, you can see on the tables this same graphic. It's called the vision of a CUSD graduate, and it's important to share this every time that we come and we speak, and we start with this because it gives context on what we're doing for all of our students. So you can see the graduate there in the center, looking out to the future. And you can see kind of that ready to go. I have what I need and I am ready for the future. The graduate's looking out, and then around the graduate are those 5 attributes that I just described on the last slide. So again, we want all of our students to have these attributes or skills when they leave us and move on to college, career, military, whatever their path is. This is very I believe in this as a professional, but also personally, because I have I have two sons in the system, and my older son just graduated from Dana Hills High School last June, and he's now in Saddleback as a first year, his first year in college. And so I am seeing firsthand how important these attributes are for him as he navigates college, as he starts working, as he starts finding his way in the world. These kind of soft skills are critical. So I'm seeing it now play out with my own family. And he started in first grade all the way through to graduating last year, and watching the students develop these all along the way. That's what we want for our students, that they're ready to be successful in whatever they choose. So we start first with that. That's the big picture. That's what we want for our students. That's the goal of every single one of our educators, our principals, all the people in our schools here at the district, aligning to this vision. So what can you do, parents? Tonight is about navigating the system. So what can you do? We start first with Canvas. And you're like, okay, why would you start with that? Well, because this is such a critical tool for our families to know how to navigate the learning management system that the students are using. Starting in 6th grade, every single teacher all the way through the system uses Canvas. And it is a terrific tool to help you to watch how your student is doing and to be able to help them. So you'll see along the way tonight that we have included the search bar on the slide, because we want to help you, again, navigate. What's the best way to navigate and figure out how to use Canvas? The first thing you do is you go to our website, and then you use the search function in the upper right corner. Let me show you where that is. So when you go to our website, go right up here to the search bar, and this is your friend. You always want to go to the search bar. The search bar will take you right where you want to go. Click, and there is that friendly face, the search bar, are there for you to help you out. So, to learn how to use Canvas, you go to the website, go to the search bar, and just type in Canvas. Then it pops up this terrific support for you. So in the bottom left-hand corner, those are all links to take for parents, so you can observe your student's Canvas account. And then on the right, there are tips. Now, let me share very quickly that I have Canvas on my phone. This is a great mobile app. And right now, I can see how my son is doing. I shouldn't probably show that too much. I can see exactly what his grades are. I can see how he did on his quizzes and tests today. I can then also message his teachers directly right now by just clicking on the course, message, and boom, I have contacted the teacher and said, what can I do to help my son? Why does he have a 0 from the work today? Okay, so that is how powerful that tool is, that you can real time, anytime, know exactly how your student is doing. And so this starts again, like I said, in 6th grade. Elementary teachers, some of them use it, some of them don't. If they don't use Canvas, you just ask them, what's the best way for me to stay in touch with how my child is doing? But when they hit 6th grade all the way through 12th grade, this is a tremendous tool that you can put on your phone, you can look at it on your computer, and you can instantly find out how your student is doing. So how do you navigate CUSD all the way through? This is a great tool. If you have a student with an IEP, if a student who needs special education services, then we have some options for you as well, specifically for those families. So again, here is the search bar. Type in special education overview on our district website, and then you will see some tremendous information for you that's available. First, on the website, the special education website, you have handbooks, engagement binders, staff directories, information on things such as ESY, extended school year, and then also a very important link to our Community Advisory Committee website. That is a great circle. It's like a network of families that support each other with special education. So these are families of students who have IEPs and 504s. They meet once a month, so you'll see their meeting information. They have who to call directories for special education. They have acronym guides. So if you can't remember what is a BIP versus an FBA versus an IEP, what are all these acronyms? They actually have guides for you to support families. And anytime you see this CAC logo, you will see it on every school website. You will see it on our district website. You just click on that logo, it'll take you right there. So this is a tremendous support for any family who has a student with an IEP or a 504. Other questions you might have along the way as you navigate the CUSD system are about curriculum and instructional materials. What's the curriculum that's being used in my child's classroom? What are the materials they use? Well, we have a couple of options for you to show you exactly how to access that information. So again, starting with our district website, you then go to the search bar and you type in IMC. That's Instructional Materials Center. We have two of them. One is online and one is here in the district office. So the online version, when you search that, when you go to the search bar, it'll take you to the website, and then you can look on the IMC website. You can type in the name of your student's school and see their library book collection. Every book that is in the library at that school is on that list. You can also see policies and state laws and all the information regarding the curriculum that we use. You also have access to the complaint process if you have a concern about the curriculum. That's also located there. So that is a great resource for families. But then if you are more of a face-to-face person, you'd rather to make the trip down to the district office, feel free to do so, because we have our physical IMC on the second level of the district office, and all you have to do is contact the instructional materials specialist via email or phone, make an appointment, and you can come in and view all of the curriculum, and that's a picture of one of the many bookshelves of the different materials we have in our classrooms. So you're welcome to do either. You can either go online or you can come in and look at it with an appointment. So moving from curriculum and materials into the actual instruction that we use in classrooms. So how do we instruct our students? Because we use research and evidence-based strategies in all of our classrooms to make sure that our students are succeeding. We call it Great First Instruction, or GFI. There's another acronym for you. Great First Instruction. Every student deserves a great education. It starts with Great First Instruction. It's the foundation of engaging, supporting, and challenging our students. So if you're in person, then you have a hard copy of this. Can I grab yours? Thank you. And online, you'll be receiving the link to the PDF for this document. And it shares in parent-friendly language, not educationese, but in parent-friendly language, what Great First Instruction is. And so this is very helpful. I'll click it on here, and you can see this is what they have here in person, and you can click the link and see it. This is how lessons are structured. So you can ask the teacher, you can say, can you tell me how you're using Great First Instruction in my child's classroom? And then they can share, oh, well, we clearly define the goals at the beginning of the lesson. We use strategies such as XYZ. We have interactive, these are our opportunities for them to interact. Here's how we check to see if they're learning. So this is the expectation across the district in every classroom, that our students are using Great First Instruction to instruct our students and meet their needs. And I'm now going to turn it back over to Ryan, and he's going to talk more about how we are collaborating and engaging with our parents.
All right, this is a brand new website that we put on our webpage, and actually you guys sort of get a first look at it. We haven't put it out formally yet to parents. We've still been receiving feedback and building it as we go. But you can go to the search bar on our website and type in COLLAB, C-O-L-L-A-B, and it will take you to this website. Looks like this at the top. This was a really important thing for us to do, and it's actually an offshoot of a larger document that we created last year and sent out to parents. one of the pieces of feedback we got from parents was that a 12-page document that was pretty heavy with a lot of verbiage was difficult for them to get through and really understand what they had access to. And so that document is still available. I actually just updated it, and we will update it again shortly, but you'll be able to find it on this website along with these 10 bullet points of what parents can do. These rights come directly from California Education Code and from policies that we have in our school district. So parents can always participate in school activities, access and review educational materials. You can do this, like Dr. Merwin said, through the IMC, either here or online. You can also do this at the school sites. You can view the materials from your teachers or from your principals. You have the right to be notified and informed of how your student is doing in school. And this is something that a lot of parents are unaware of, but you know, like my mom used to get calls if I was having problems sitting in class and being quiet, or if grades were falling or things like that. Those are things that parents should be hearing from school sites. So you have the right to support learning at home and understand what that looks like. Again, a great resource for that is actually talking to the teacher or the principal at the school site. You have the right to participate in educational decision-making, and you can do that through PTA. You can do that at board meetings and tons of other parent-involved meetings throughout the district. You can expect a safe and supportive environment, request independent study, choose to opt out and consent, challenge instructional topics and materials, and discuss concerns with your teachers and your principal. This website also includes quick links that we have been updating. The reason why we have taken our time sort of pushing it out in the school year is we had changes to independent study and changes to the opt-out process based on rulings from the Supreme Court. So we do have the entire parent partnership document is linked online, and you can access that now. The annual notice you receive every year is also there. I know a lot of parents will only look at it briefly, maybe at registration, but never look at it again. That's another great document that parents can take a look at in English and Spanish. Parental involvements and rights, those are codified in California Ed Code. The opt-out rights, also in California Ed Code, and then we just updated our student opt-out letter based on rulings from the Supreme Court. This is the best opt-out letter that parents can use, and I would recommend that you had discussions with your teachers as you were going through that process. We've seen some other opt-out letters that are available online that are very dense and are not consistent or aligned with what we're actually doing in Capistrano Unified. This is the best place to start for that. Curriculum access and opt-out is also codified in California Ed Code. There's links to that education code. Special education and disability rights and the Safety Act, AB 1955, is also available there. We will be pushing this out formally in parent meetings at the beginning of October, and then I would expect that we would be sending out through communications to families directly in email after October 9th. And now back to Dr. Merwin and our commitment to great experiences.
Thank you. Okay, so remember, commitment number 1 was academics. Commitment number 2, experiences. Great experiences for our students. So we start off with the concept of student well-being. We want our students to feel safe. We want them to feel connected. We want them to belong. And so you can see we call this focus on student well-being, we call it CUSD Cares. There are 3 different key components that are, it's not rocket science. We want kids to feel connected. We want our students to feel like they're part of a school community. And we want students to have an opportunity to celebrate with each other. And so this image here are our middle school students from the CUSD Cares Intramural Sports Program. It's one of the programs that we offer to provide students with these opportunities, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But again, we want great experiences for all of our students, and CUSD Cares is one of the ways we do that. We also make sure that we offer student leadership opportunities on every single campus across the district. So you'll see there are multiple opportunities. There is not a link here or a search bar here because we're going to ask you to talk to your school, talk to your principal, talk to the teachers, and ask them what the school offers. In elementary, they offer student council. In our secondary schools, we have ASB, Associate Student Body. We have peer assistance leadership. We have Best Buddies. We have AVID, advancement via individual determination. And check this out, in case you don't have a student in high school. About 100 clubs on each campus, 100 different types of clubs on each campus of our high schools. And each one of those clubs has leadership opportunities on it. It has different officer positions. It's service-oriented, and lots of different opportunities. So really to encourage our students to take advantage of such a wide variety of clubs on our high school campuses. We also are extremely proud of the great experiences that come out of our College and Career Advantage, or CCA, program. Now, these are two images here of opportunities that our students have starting in middle school. So all of our middle school and high school students have opportunities to these different pathways and experiences that can really set them up for the future. So you notice different, like one that is our dental hygienists, another one that is related to engineering. And look at this, 25 different pathway options for career technical education. There was just I just read about a survey recently from different businesses and organizations, and they said the number one thing that kids are lacking coming out of high school are experiences in careers. Said those that are coming out with where they've had some experiences as an intern, where they've been doing real work in that area, they come out and they have an advantage. So look at this, 25 different pathways. I mean, they are exceptional. And then not only that, but across all of our campuses, 179 different courses available. So everything from, like, my boys both took sports medicine. I mean, what a cool thing for students who are athletes and they're like, you know, I don't really want to do, I'm not really into science. Well, sports medicine, totally different. They can see an application. They were excited about it. So every kid has their own passion and their own niche. And so all of these CTE classes offered through our College and Career Advantage provide them with tremendous opportunities across all of our schools. So we encourage you to go to the website to see it online, and you can see all the different options. But then again, we don't have the search bar here because we want you to go to the school, ask the school, which courses do you offer here? Okay, you can take courses across all the schools. You could go to Dana Hills and take a course at Tesoro if you want after school. But each high school has their own opportunities and areas of focus. So go to your school, ask and find out what pathways and what courses are offered. And again, it's College and Career Advantage, and you can check that out on the website. We're also very proud of our award-winning immersion programs. So we have two different language immersion program options in our district, and we won a state award for this a couple years ago. So the best way to find out more about these immersion programs, use the search bar, go to language immersion programs, hit submit, and then you'll see different options. We have again, award-winning Mandarin program, and we also have an award-winning Spanish immersion program. We have multiple pathways for students, elementary, middle, and high, to be able to take these different to be a part of these programs. So definitely look this up to get more information on the website. We also are very well known for our visual and performing arts, also known as VAPA. So different courses and opportunities are available at every school. Our board consistently supports the value and the quality of our VAPA programs. And please go and talk to your teachers and your principal and say, what are the offerings at my school? So You can, of course, go and use the search bar and look for visual and performing arts on our website, on the district website, but go and talk to the teachers and principal, and you'll find out exactly what's offered at your school. And I mentioned a little bit before about athletics. We have a tremendous athletic program in our school district for the students that are interested in athletics. But look at, you'll notice here on this slide, starting in elementary school, we actually have something we're very proud to start this year called Noontime Sports. So at every single one of our elementary schools starting in October, next month, our students will be playing organized sports programs during lunchtime. Then in 6th through 8th grade, I mentioned the CUSD Cares intramural sports program, and you can see some of the students again there, where every student who wants to can participate. And this is an exciting thing. They play at lunchtime and they do the sports at their school, but then they compete against other schools for championship rights in soccer, basketball, flag football, and volleyball. So we have thousands of students coming out and participating in the intramurals. And if you go to one of our middle schools, you'll see the banners of the champions proudly displayed at the middle schools. And then finally, our comprehensive high schools, 29 different CIF sports opportunities at a high school, 29. So lots of options for our students when they're in high school to participate in CIF. And so then moving on to our final commitment, we talked about academics, we talked about experiences, and now we want to talk about then looking to the future. What are we doing to support our students to be future ready? So we just want to share a couple of data points for you that show how our district, how CUSD supports students to be ready for the future. First and foremost, consistently over many years, we are the highest performing large district in the state of California. We have close to 89% pass rate for advanced placement exams in high school. So for our students who are taking that higher level coursework that then gives them college credit, almost 89% are passing those tests. We have over a 95% graduation rate. When you look at the comparables across other districts, it's nowhere close to that. And then look at this score, look at this statistic, 79%, almost 80% of our students attend college after graduation. So we are preparing our students to be future ready. And as I mentioned before, in that previous slide about the career technical education courses, we looked at 179 different courses and all the pathways. Look at how many students are taking advantage of those. 8,755 of our students are taking those courses. So they are preparing themselves to be future ready. And again, coming back to this is that we want then, with all the experiences in the academics, to make sure that our graduates are leaving us with those attributes so that they can be ready to be successful in whatever they want to do. So Ryan is going to finish off with sharing a little bit about how can you get more information as a parent and how can you navigate the system. So I'm going to hand it back over to Ryan.
Okay, as we had discussed about a half hour ago, your students' Canvas account for secondary, for middle and high school, will have a lot of information for each class and a lot of communication from teachers. That's a good place to go. Spend time reviewing your schools and district's regular messaging. You'll see it on Instagram and Facebook, sometimes on X. You'll also see it in your email, and that is a good place to make sure that you are staying in contact and you understand sort of what's coming up at the school and the district. Attend school and district meetings. Chat with the principal. They have a lot of coffee chats with principals at elementary, middle, and high schools. Coffee with Chris, our superintendent, will be holding 7 more of those this school year. PTA, of course, at the school site, and then we also have the presidents and the advocacy meeting that meets here at the boardroom. English Language Advisory Council, CAC, and a lot of other meetings. Visit the school's website using the search bar, same with the district office, or the district website. Talk to your teacher and talk to your principal. They are going to be your best place to go to really get an idea specific to your student, how you can be involved and work with them in a partnership. For special education, contact your IEP case manager. This is also a great place to even just talk to your teacher and collaborate with them, collaborate with the principal and the school site, get involved with the community advisory committee, contact your CAC site representative, and then we have email addresses to the CAC here for you as well. Where do you find additional resources? We have the Family Resource Center available online. We also have it here at the district office. It's open when the district office is open from 8 to 4:30 every day. And it is right in the lobby of the front doors. You can also find it online. A great resource for all kinds of things happening in the community and a lot of other organizations that we work with for students' mental health and for other supports for families and students. Here's our parent workshop calendar. So the next workshop is November 13th, 2025. And then the dates for the future ones. These will all be held here in the boardroom and also live streamed and recorded. So we will live stream these, record them, and then send them out to all families as well. And this one in October is going to be awesome. From phonics to fluency. So we want to really teach young families with young kids how to support reading at home. We will be talking through this school year about a commitment to making sure that kids can read by grade 3. That really supports their mental health and their academic success as they move from grade 3 all the way up through their senior year and beyond. So the goal really will be for the district to look at how are we supporting classrooms and young people in TK, kindergarten, first and second grade. What do those resources look like? How are we supporting teachers? And then what can families do to help us? So this will be a great one that is coming up in a month. And finally, we'll end with questions. No questions? The question is about homework, and it depends on the teacher. And so there are teachers who use it and teachers who don't. We don't have a policy that states whether you should use it or not. I would say that a discussion probably this school year and beyond will be inside the district office and with teachers and principals to really understand and figure out what is the best use of homework. How should the time in class be utilized, and what would homework look like outside of that, and aligning policies to be consistent across the board. But at this point, it depends on the teachers. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, so that will definitely be a topic this next year to talk more about homework and strategically how to best support our students with that. I also want to point out too, for those of you in the room and online, I believe we have a link as well. If you could give us feedback on tonight, because what we want to do is build on, offer workshops throughout the year. We want to offer workshops that parents have interest in, that are helpful. And so please take a moment to give some feedback on the content we provided, on logistics of the meeting. You'll see there are a couple things on this brief survey, so we really appreciate that. And online as well, if you could use the link to give us some feedback. And again, as Ryan shared, we'll be back in October to talk about how to teach, how you can support reading and how we can make sure all of our kids are reading by the 3rd grade. So we are very appreciative of everyone being here. So are there any other questions that we can help with before we close for the night? Going once, going twice. All right, that's it. So we really appreciate everyone here in person and online. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Have a good evening.